This week, we welcome you to the world of virtual, augmented, and mixed reality. You will meet several learning objectives by completing this learning activity. First of all, you'll understand the history of virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. You'll understand practical uses of the technology. You will utilize and implement the technologies in your own professional setting, and you'll experience learner-to-content interaction with VR, AR, and mixed reality. We will be exploring emerging technologies this week. We will present some of the research about virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. Many of the technologies are rooted in artificial intelligence, or AI. Further exploration of the actual applications in the form of case studies, different applications for different types of learners, and the overall future of widespread application of these technologies is necessary. During this introductory presentation, there will be a brief overview of each emerging technology, benefits and limitations, educational applications, and recommendations for future research. Our goal this week is for each student to experience one of the technologies and to take away how to apply this technology. Also to discuss and perhaps develop a plan on how to overcome one of the many obstacles of the various technologies, to create uses beyond engagement, ultimately to create more actionable uses that can be assessed. One of the basic principles supporting virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality is artificial intelligence, or AI. Research about artificial intelligence has been around for quite some time. At one time, the focus with robotics is robots taking jobs away, but there's so many uses for artificial intelligence. Uses that will improve learning, help, and aid with assistive technologies for those who need help. Other than Watson, the AI robot able to answer questions and interact using natural language programming, NLP, becoming the Jeopardy champion in 2011, with uses including games, healthcare, education, and mental health therapy. Virtual reality is a technology that enables users to experience various worlds using sound and imagery. The user needs headsets and a smartphone to get the technology to work. And the technology is not new. However, the appropriate tools were not available at the time, but as far back as the mid-1800s, a British physician, Charles Wheatson, invented the stereopticon, the first 3D image reader. From the 19th century, there were many virtual reality references, from literature to uses in the military. In comparisons to today's uses, virtual reality is conceptually the same, but with different tools.
Students may participate in a variety of virtual tours using Oculus Rift. They may travel to the Smithsonian Museum or to other parts of the world immersed in adventures that would otherwise not be possible. Mission V allows students to create virtual content using geometric tools to build a virtual world of science experiments, personal histories, or their own museums.
There are two categories of augmented reality, marker-based and markerless-based. Using marker-based augmented reality requires a camera and a marker, such as a 2D printer or QR code. Aurasma is an example of marker-based augmented reality app. The user needs to have the app on the smartphone and then scan the item, usually a 2D photo, that has the informative overlay. The photo in this example would need to have video or content behind the poster. A markerless AR app example is the Starwalk app. Using GPS technology, the user only needs to point the phone camera to the sky to view stars, planets, and orbiting objects within range. As with virtual reality, augmented reality is not a new technology, but all the advances in the tools such as smartphones and software has influenced its popularity in the market. Across all learning applications from science to art, the use of augmented reality to support student engagement, in addition to overall applications including children's books, to use in museums and science centers. Augmented reality could have potential to improve learning by supporting different learning styles. Some of the literature presents the application of augmented reality with specific populations, such as students with Asperger's syndrome. Augmented reality is still a developing technology and has many possibilities for the applications in art, architecture, construction, manufacturing, education, training, and medical and military simulations. According to researchers Barraza Castillo, Cruz Sanchez, and Aslan Osiris, they concluded that there still needs to be work on how this technology is consistently used.
Aurasma allows you to overlay a video or image on top of anything that your tablet, cell phone, or any other mobile device can scan with its camera. It's similar to using a QR reader. Scan an image using the app and it will activate the overlaid image or video. It can be used to make visuals for learning vocabulary or identifying important information in a picture, or it can be used to put photos and written text that can be played as a video when it's read. StarWalk 2 allows students to look at celestial bodies in 3D. Point your device to the sky and create a map of the stars. The benefits of virtual and augmented reality include increased engagement, increased opportunities for collaboration, and facilitated communication. The primary limitations are cost of technical equipment, limited apps, and the challenge of creating apps in the classroom. However, when used to facilitate simulations for a lab setting, the factor of cost becomes a benefit and limitations are shifted to the challenges of technical problems that may occur.
To quote Jake Woodman, the term mixed reality was coined by researchers Paul Milgrom and Fumio Kishino in 1994 to refer to every sensory environment in between the purely physical and the purely virtual. More recently, Microsoft has been using the term mixed reality when referring to HoloLens products. Others use the term mixed reality when referring to holograms. The difference with augmented reality and virtual reality is the digital overlay with augmented reality appears to float in front of the user, but with mixed reality, the user can view or walk around the virtual object to see it on all sides. Special glasses or headsets are needed for holographic mixed reality applications. The Pokemon Go app is an example of an augmented reality application. Mixed reality also has applications in medical neurorehabilitation. Mixed reality combines virtual and augmented realities. Several schools are experimenting and integrating mixed reality. At Bryn Mawr College, faculty, students, and staff are testing Skype for HoloLens to connect students with tutors using Pearson's 24/7 online tutoring service, Smart Thinking. Pearson is exploring mixed reality application with grammar schools as well. At the Canberra Grammar School in Australia, Pearson and the teachers are working together to use holograms in the classroom. Susan, Terry, and I interviewed several experts in the field of augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. Let's hear what they had to say in several areas. Jenny Maggiera, Chief Program Officer for EdTech Team, was interviewed regarding her use of AR and VR. She was asked, what benefits do you see with incorporating AR and VR into your courses? She explained, it's really helpful to give our students perspective of places and things they couldn't feasibly see in real life. The moon, the Great Barrier Reef, the inside of a human heart. These are all accessible via AR, VR.
Okay, so I'm here with Maria Deptula, Library Director of the Paramus campus at Berkeley College, and she's had some experience with using augmented reality and also virtual reality. And I have my first question for you, Maria, is what are the benefits of using these technologies in the classroom?
The benefits. First of all, I think that as academia, we are a little bit behind the commercial market because augmented reality and virtual reality are big technologies right now that are really making a big step ahead. And as academia, we are creating labs, but we are not using it yet for educational purposes, for the pedagogical purposes. So I think they are simply being behind. We need to expose students to these technologies because they are hearing something, but then when I had a presentation of VR and AR, they found it as cool, but they don't see how it's applicable because they don't know much about it. So and another benefit is that we all know that students you learn right now in so many different ways, in particular in a visual way. And these two technologies are just great for the purpose. Okay, for different learning styles.
Thank you. Okay, and what are the limitations of some of these technologies?
What we found is that there are many different systems. It's not standardized. There are many different apps, and students, and the market is totally unstandardized. So different vendors, different producers use different technologies. No, the technology is the same. The tools are different, and we need to kind of aim to standardization in academia, because otherwise students are going to have too many options, and as schools will not be able to offer them. For instance, if we want to use the virtual reality in a class, we need to provide the same apps and the same gadgets that they will be able to use to see everything in the same way. And this is a big limitations, that how schools are going to. The limitation, of course, are the costs, because the more sophisticated tools, they cost more, and not everyone can afford it. If we want to go just for Google Glasses, then the question is how we are going to use what kind of device we are going to use to project. Is it going to be an iPhone that everyone will be equipped with? So this is the question, how we as schools are going to, what kind of technology, what kind of gadgets we are going to provide students with so they can participate in this.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and how did, what were your observations with how did faculty and students interact or with the equipment?
So I think the reactions to augmented reality was a little bit different than virtual reality. Augmented reality, they feel much more comfortable using it. Virtual reality, they found it as a totally cool, absolutely cool, and they discussed different ways actually of using it. And as with the augmented reality, they were able to understand that it's easier to create. Virtual reality requires special systems. They are not able to do this, so we would have to provide this for them. And so that's why they found it as cool, but they didn't see it as practical for them. Our students see everything as how they can apply it to their daily life. And when one student said that augmented reality would be a cool tool, for instance, in his plumbing business, augmented reality is just something that virtual reality is something that is farther, that they can enjoy, but they cannot see it applicable so much in their daily life.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and just a few more questions. So what objectives were made or met by incorporating such technology?
When
like
we
learning?
created the augmented reality for plan for the new student orientation, we wanted to expose students to the new technology and allowing them to compete, to complete the tasks at their own pace. So they could enjoy the technology, they can learn about the campus, but they also about the services, but they also can do this at their own pace. We cannot require that all the students learn the same way and do everything the same way. So augmented reality is for everyone to absorb at their own, their own abilities, I guess. They can always go back and redo this. So this was our objective for incorporating augmented reality. For virtual reality, we are for Berkeley College. The objective is for students to fully participate because it's mostly for medical students or design students, so they can do stuff on their own. Okay.
Okay.
That's enough.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
wonders how being.
Oh, okay. So sure. So just a few more questions. So how is being in the virtual reality environment helping help students or help you learn about a subject?
That's what I mentioned before.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I mentioned that the student in
Yeah.
interior design, this is great for them to be in the space.
Yes.
They have to design the space. They are within it, and they can see it. Okay.
Thank you. Okay. And then what is your role with how did you get started?
I'm a facilitator. I create augmented reality environment for my campus for the students, so they can. I'm using one software, and they are able to follow my channel to see the augmented reality message hidden. Okay.
Right. And then one last question. Well, first, I just want to congratulate you on your wonderful poster at IFLA. So if you can just give us some details about that.
My poster at IFLA was on applying augmented reality in libraries, and I think that this technology is still being seen by librarians as a gimmick that might be used for marketing rather than educational purposes. So it requires patrons to have or use the specific apps to absorb the content. So people who stopped by were fascinated with the abilities of the augmented reality and saw it as a great tool, but only few committed to explore it and apply in their settings. I can say the same about our presentation at Vail, for instance, with my colleague, or New Jersey Technology Sandbox. Everyone applauded and was really in awe or enchanted, but there were very few follow-ups. I had a couple of emails after IFLA from people who follow up, and I explained the technology, but in general, it was applauded without thinking how we can use this in the libraries. Okay?
All right. Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Sorry.
Matthew LeBrake, Senior Director of Online Library and Technology Services at Berkeley College, was also interviewed on his uses of augmented reality and virtual reality. Some of his quotes can be seen on the current slide. A patient care technician student provided his thoughts on using the Samsung Gear virtual reality in the classroom. His thoughts can be seen on the slide in front of you. Here are several resources you can read, if you wish, which delve deeper into augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality after this week's activity and presentation. As an active learning activity, we would like everyone in the class to participate in one of 3 available augmented reality or virtual reality experiences. Please just choose one and post your responses to the discussion forum. Here are your 3 options. This is learning activity option number 1. Attached to our Blackboard discussion forum, you will find a PDF file titled ADDIE, or ADDIE. You can save that file to your own computers or print it out for this exercise. Then download the free Layer app to your Apple or Android devices. Open the application and scan the image shown in the ADDIE PDF file from either your monitor or from paper if you printed this out. You will find descriptions displayed on your devices via Layer for each of these areas of the ADDIE model. As part of the discussion, please discuss how augmented reality learning activities such as this one help in terms of reinforcing course content information. Do you feel that augmented reality can act as a flashcard studying tool for students? Please explain. This is learning activity option number 2. In your internet browser, navigate to layer.com and create a free account. Then create an augmented reality example of your own. You may want to create an experience that you can implement in your own professional area. As part of our discussion, please discuss in the discussion forum how augmented reality learning activities, such as this one, help in terms of reinforcing course content information in your professional career. Please include what you developed and share the AR image with the class so that we can all test it out. This is learning activity option number 3. Go to your App Store on your smart device and install the Discovery VR app. Find and test out a VR option in this application and discuss how it could or would not be beneficial to a student's active learning experience. Please include the series and the experience that you reviewed in the app. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to rewind this video and pause it on the learning activity you wish to complete. See you in the discussion forum.